Hi, Ashley here with HeartHookHome.com, and today we are going to learn how to crochet the Tunisian double crochet stitch. This stitch is very fun, it's very easy. If you can make the regular double crochet, you can absolutely make this variation of that with a Tunisian hook. There are several different ways that you can make this stitch. You can either go into the front vertical bar only, as you would with Tunisian simple crochet, or you can go through the center of each stitch as in Tunisian knit stitch, as I have done in this tutorial. Let's learn how to make this stitch. It's pretty easy. In order to make the Tunisian double crochet stitch, you will need a Tunisian crochet hook. This can be any kind of hook. Here I have a beautiful Furls wooden hook. To start the Tunisian double crochet, it's going to be very similar to the regular double crochet in that we are going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through two. But the only difference here is that we're going to leave one of the loops from each double crochet made on the hook, and then we'll knock them all off at once. Let's see how this is done in real time. First things first, we are going to find the third chain from the hook. I'm going to go into the back bar. I'm going to yarn over, go into the back bar of that third chain, and I'm going to pull up a loop. This is very similar to a regular double crochet. I'm going to yarn over and pull through two. That's the first half of your crochet stitch, of your crochet row. Now we're going to leave that loop on the hook, and we're going to do that, exactly what we just did, in each chain all the way to the end. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the next chain and pull up a loop. I'm going to yarn over and pull through just two loops, leaving that last loop of that stitch still on the hook. Let's continue pulling up these loops. Do half of a double crochet, so leave this second loop on there and continue all the way to the end. Here we are in the last chain. I'm going to do my yarn over, pull through two, and now I have all of my stitches on my hook and I am ready for my backward pass. Now if you're familiar with Tunisian crochet, the backward pass on this stitch, on the Tunisian double crochet, is going to be similar to just about every other Tunisian stitch, regular Tunisian stitch. First things first, we are going to chain one, and now we're going to yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, all the way to the end of the row. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, there are several ways that you can work these Tunisian double crochets. I'll demonstrate a couple of them for you here in just a moment. Now that we are finished with our completed first row, isn't that beautiful? I just love it. I love these tall loops. I just think it's nice and pretty and delicate. The fabric created is just gorgeous. So in order to make the next row, the first thing we're going to do is chain one. And now we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did, as in yarn over, pull up a loop in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through two, right? So we're doing the first half of a double crochet. Now, when you do this, yarn over, you can either go into the front vertical bar only, and that creates a much more dense stitch, a much more dense fabric, or you can go through the center of the stitch, as I have done here, which is the same as a Tunisian knit stitch. If you wanted to, you could also go into the top or the back bar from the chain that you used on your return pass. So really, wherever you stick your hook, it does not matter. It creates a different visual appeal for each style. So just pick one that you like and play around with the different stitches. I'm going to go straight through that stitch just like I would with the Tunisian knit. Pulling that up, I'm going to yarn over, pull through two. Yarn over, go into the center of that next stitch, all the way through to the back side. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two. We're just going to continue this all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end, you're going to go into the side of the last stitch, as you would with most other Tunisian crochet stitches. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to pull up both sides of the outside of that stitch, just like this, so you can see the V. Pull up that loop, complete the first half of that double crochet, and you have added all of your loops onto your hook. Isn't this gorgeous? I just love it. Return pass is chain 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way until you get to the end and you have only 1 loop remaining. Now when you are ready to fasten off this stitch, let me pull my yarn. When you are ready to fasten off this stitch, we're going to just do a nice slip stitch all the way across. So you can either do the slip stitch in the front vertical bar, which is what I typically like to do. I think it looks nicer in general. Or you can go straight through the entire center of the stitch as we have been doing the whole time. But you're just going to slip stitch across and make sure that this slip stitch is not too tight, because you don't want the top of the fabric to be smaller than the bottom of the fabric, for the simple fact that your slip stitches were too tight. So just make your slip stitches all the way across, nice and loosey-goosey. Go into the side of that last stitch, and there we go. That is all there is to the Tunisian double crochet stitch. Isn't that beautiful? Look for this stitch set coming out in a shawl pattern coming soon on hearthookhome.com. I can't wait to share that with you, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.